In a stirring response to recent remarks made by Captain Ibrahim Traoré, Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness delivered an address that resonated far beyond the Caribbean shores. His words carried the weight of history, conviction, and vision, firmly asserting Jamaica's place as a sovereign nation charting its own path. The Prime Minister began by acknowledging Traoré's statements, recognizing that they were not to be dismissed lightly. They were, he said, words born of conviction, words echoing across continents, words that spoke of sovereignty and the duty of leadership. Yet Holness made it clear that while he respected the challenge, he would answer it as a Jamaican, as a leader, and as a servant of the Jamaican people. Holness reminded the world that Jamaica's story is inseparable from struggle. The nation was forged in the brutal fires of slavery, subjected to centuries of exploitation and domination. Its fertile soil was stripped, its people chained, its voices silenced. And yet, against all odds, Jamaicans rose from those ashes, broke their bonds, and seized independence. Nearly 63 years later, he declared, "Jamaica stands as a proud and sovereign nation." The Prime Minister emphasized that sovereignty is not a gift and not a bargaining chip, it belongs to Jamaicans alone. Directly addressing Traoré's call for Jamaica to resist submission to the West, Holness firmly agreed, but he sharpened the point further. Jamaica bows to no one. Not Washington, not London, not Brussels, not Beijing, he said, adding pointedly that Kingston's decisions are not dictated by any foreign capital. Jamaica's sovereignty, he insisted, is neither conditional nor negotiable. It is rooted in the struggles of its people and enshrined in their sacrifices. Holness acknowledged that Captain Traoré had urged him to rise above colonial influence, but he cautioned that such a struggle is nothing new to Jamaicans. It is embedded in their blood, in their history, and in their daily lives. Still, he argued that the test of true sovereignty is not measured in fiery declarations or in dramatic defiance on the world stage. Rather, it is measured in practical progress schools that nurture young minds, hospitals equipped to heal the sick, jobs that restore dignity to work, and communities lifted out of despair. Rhetoric without development, he warned, is hollow. Resistance without creation is emptiness. Defiance without progress is stagnation. The Prime Minister declared unequivocally that Jamaica will not trade one master for another. He refused the idea of replacing Western dictates with Eastern dictates or even African dictates. Jamaica's destiny, he said, is not to be written abroad, but to be written at home in Kingston, in Montego Bay, in Spanish Town, in Portmore, in Clarendon, in Portland, and in every fishing community and village across the island. That, he explained, is the true essence of sovereignty. Holness also addressed Traoré's warning that his potential third term in office could change everything. With candor, he agreed it must change everything. A third term, he said, is not a reward or a comfort, but a burden of responsibility, a rare opportunity to reshape a nation's destiny. Before his people, he pledged that Jamaica would not squander this chance. He laid out a vision, lowering taxes so hard-working Jamaicans keep more of what they earn, raising wages so that labor regains dignity, investing in education so that children dream not of migration, but of building futures at home, modernizing hospitals so Jamaicans receive the care they deserve, and defending industries and natural resources so that the wealth of Jamaica enriches its citizens. These promises, he stressed, were not mere words. They were commitments to action. Turning directly to the Jamaican people, Holness echoed a principle that even Captain Traoré had voiced. Leaders are not kings, they are servants, and the true master is the people. He urged Jamaicans to hold him accountable, to demand more of him, to guard against complacency, and to never allow corruption to blind their government. For without the trust of the people, he warned, any government is already fallen. He called on Jamaicans not to be silent, but to use their voices, their votes, and their power. The nation, he reminded them, is not built by one man, but by millions of hands, millions of dreams, and millions of sacrifices. While expressing respect for Traoré's conviction, Holness drew a line of distinction. He acknowledged that colonialism continues to cast long shadows and that reminders of sovereignty and dignity are necessary. In that sense, he said, Jamaica and Traoré are aligned. Yet he underscored that Jamaica's path is not Burkina Faso's path. Its challenges are unique, its victories distinct, and its future is solely its own. He emphasized that Jamaica will listen, learn, and engage with the world, but ultimately, its choices will be made by Jamaicans for Jamaicans. Holness noted that history itself is watching. It will ask, what did Jamaica do when the world was changing? Did it bow? Did it falter? Or did it rise to claim its place as a sovereign giant of the Caribbean? His answer was resolute: Jamaica will rise. The nation will rise because its ancestors endured chains so their descendants could stand free. It will rise because its children deserve opportunities at home rather than being forced to leave. It will rise because sovereignty without prosperity is incomplete, and prosperity without sovereignty is fragile. With passion, Holness pledged that Jamaica's mission is clear. The island will rise not through submission or dependence, but through self-determination and unity. The Prime Minister affirmed that the future of Jamaica will not be bought, broken, or bent to the will of others. Instead, it will be secured by the resilience of its people and the power of their collective vision. As he concluded, Holness reminded both the Jamaican people and the international community that Jamaica's destiny is not a matter of negotiation. It belongs to Jamaica alone. Let the world watch, he said. Let Africa watch. Let history watch. Jamaica will remain unyielding because its sovereignty is sacred, its people are steadfast, and its future is theirs alone. The Prime Minister's words carried more than the weight of political promise. They carried the voice of a nation determined to rise, a nation unwilling to compromise its independence, and a people prepared to shape their own future. With that, Andrew Holness left no doubt. Jamaica's destiny lies in the hands of Jamaicans, and they will not falter.